Good evening and welcome to the Writer's Block. I'm your host, John Ronin, and as you know now, because we are kicking off the 35th season of the series, I talk to writers about their craft, what they're working on, what they've accomplished in the past, what they're planning for the future. Usually I have a couple additional standard introduction remarks. I'm going to cut those out because today we have a special kickoff show. It is, as we have done a couple of years in the past, a presentation of the student winners of the Poetry Without Paper contest at the Sawyer Library. It's held each spring, and the winners and honorable mentions are all invited to be on this show. We were able to get a number of them, not all of them, because these kids are very busy, but a good representation of elementary winners, middle school winners, and then honorable mentions from elementary, middle, and high school. I didn't mention high school because none of the high school winners and one of the honorable mentions could not be here. So we have one honorable mention from the high school. We are going to begin with two elementary winners by the name of Kat Joyce Rowe and Helen Larabelle. Kat is I better put on my glasses. Kat is the second winner in the elementary category, and Helen is the first prize winner. With all the poets through the evening, I'm going to ask them first to read their poem. Helen, would you be good enough to read your poem, Believe? We'd love to hear it.
Hi, I'm Helen, and this is my poem, Believe. We all have experienced something good and something bad, but in some ways they are the same. Like, nothing is completely extraordinary, but then again, nothing is entirely covered with darkness. It just takes time for you to realize that behind all the darkness, there is light. And eventually, it will be even bigger and brighter than you could imagine. Brick by brick, step by step. You just need to believe that anything is possible. And eventually, brick by brick, step by step, it will turn out to be fine. So even when things are tough, just believe.
Thank you very much. Let's give you a hand. We have a live audience with family members of the poets, as you can tell, and they'll be applauding throughout the show. Where do you go to school, Helen?
Plum Cove.
And are you going to stay at Plum Cove this fall? Or
Yes.
What grade will you go into?
Fifth.
Fifth. Mm-hmm. Okay. And where did you get the idea for that poem?
I don't really come up with ideas before I write. I just start writing and I just keep on going and come up with a title after that.
Good. It's a good plan. It works. Mm-hmm. It's a very nice poem. Kat Rowe Joyce has a poem titled Last Time. I'd love you to share it with us, Kat.
This is the last time you will hear my voice speaking in rhyme. I did this every year on my birthday, and it's making me want to stay. This is the last time that I'll bring cupcakes for my class, that I'll celebrate with my friends, but alas, this is my last birthday at WP. O'Malley is next, but it's a guarantee that I will never, ever forget the memories and the people I've met. This is the last time. Now for the next mountain to climb.
Thank you very much. So you answered my first question. You were at Plum Cove this past year, and now you'll be at O'Malley in the fall.
I was at West Parish. No.
Oh, West Parish, I'm sorry. You were at West Parish, and now you're going to O'Malley.
Yeah.
So we know. Where did you get the idea for your poem? I'll bet because you're going to O'Malley.
Well, my West Parish does in April, which is Poetry Month. Kids can go down to the office to read their poem and the announcements, and I did it every year on my birthday because my birthday is in April. So since it was my last year at West Parish, I did a last time poem.
Are you nervous about the big move?
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I want to ask, each of you, if there's a teacher at West Parish, that was really important to you for English or other subjects. Kat, is there a teacher you can think of?
Mrs. Schaffner.
Who?
Mrs. Schaffner.
Miss Shafford?
Schaffner.
Shafter. Let's give that teacher a hand. And Helen, can you think of a teacher that was important to you?
Yeah, Miss Graffiti, because she taught me a lot of stuff about poetry.
Good, let's give her a hand. Good. I think the teachers deserve all of the acclaim that we can bring to them. I want to ask both of you, when you read, what do you read? What are you reading now, Helen?
I do like to go to the library in Gloucester and get books with like poetry in it. I finished one of those like a few weeks ago, and I really like them because it tells a story, a pretty long book, with like poetry, like different types of poetry and like how to do it.
Oh,
and it
good.
teaches me more about how to write poetry.
So you go to the library a lot.
Yeah.
Kat, what do you read when you read?
Right now I'm reading The Hunger Games.
I'm sorry?
Right now I'm reading The Hunger Games.
100 Games.
I like to read novels mostly. I also like graphic novels.
Whoa, good, good. And I know you watch the Writer's Block, but what else do you watch on TV, or what do you stream, or if you happen to go outside to a theater, what do you like to watch, Kat? Kat.
I like to watch.
Well, you can think about it for a minute.
Okay, yeah.
Ellen, what do you like to watch?
We just got into liking the Spider-Man movies. That's currently what I'm watching right now.
Do you watch regular TV ever, either of you?
My brother has a TV in his room, so we like to watch that sometimes with like no Netflix, just live TV.
Good. Good, good. Thank you for sharing with us your ideas and your poems. I appreciate that very much, and congratulations again. You're going to be world famous now. So get ready for it. Now I'm going to ask the middle school winners to come up and take the place of Helen and Kat. Vivian Payne, who is the first place winner from the middle school, and Matilda Bruce, the third place winner. So if you give your chairs to them and go back and sit with your mom. Hi, Vivian, and hi, Matilda.
Hello. Hello.
As you saw, I first asked for you to read your poems. So, Vivian Payne, would you read your poem, Regrets, please?
Of course. The human mind can be a silly little thing, focusing on the smallest imperfection for seemingly insignificant reasons. Of course, they didn't seem insignificant at the time. Existing in a world filtered with all sorts of prejudice, political ruin, and negativity, trying to get by while its paradise is destroyed by a superior species. It's no wonder why we can't help but think back to a time when the world wasn't burning, back to a time where there wasn't trash everywhere, back to a time when our innocent little selves were unaware of the looming issues. Even back to the time when we managed to ruin it all. Regrets. I got a low grade. I'm so done. I shouldn't have said that. Why isn't my body like that? I deserve this punishment. I'm not strong enough. All forms of regrets, all thoughts of one falling victim to harsh self-criticism. Some are regrets that aren't our fault, regrets that occasionally stem from bullying. Regrets. an ever-growing collection of doubts, warnings, and pessimism. The thoughts that ruin your day, that overcrowd everything good, turning positivity into looming negativity. But by taking a step back, then we can see the full picture. By slowing down, we can realize how great the world is. We admire and look up to those noble folk, dedicated to helping others. We can acknowledge that this world is our making and how we can restore this ruin. All by learning lessons coming in the form of regrets.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Would you both girls move a little closer to the microphone,
Yeah.
please? Yeah, good, thank you. I want to, well, I know where you go to, you went, go to O'Malley.
Yeah,
right now.
when I wrote this, I went to O'Malley. I'm currently going to Essex
I'm
Tech.
sorry?
I'm going into 9th grade at Essex Tech.
Okay. Where did you get the idea for this poem?
I can't remember the exact moment, but I think something political happened, and then it really started getting me to think about what was going on in the world, and I just
Yeah.
decided to write something down.
Did it take a long time to write the poem, or did you snap it
I
like that?
think it was Snap.
Yeah? Good. You have to tell me the trick. I like that trick. Matilda, would you read your poem for us, Silence?
Can you hear that? Of course not. It's the picking up of a pen, the pause in writing in an empty room. It's the puff of breath hanging in the air in the quiet wintertime. It's the pause in the park, the looking behind you. Nobody's around, nobody's watching. Solitary, singular, a blot of color on a blank page. That's you. The tree in the desert or the Arctic. Oh, it's gone now. Like a window to the sky, it is broken. The quiet sound of sketching, a continuation of breaths. Your dog found his ball. You can see his gold and pale blue. It was nice while it lasted. Oh well. Whether it is normal or a rare delicacy, it is kind to you. But most of the time, I prefer a full canvas.
Thank you very much. And you were at O'Malley right now. Are you
Yeah, I'm going into 8th grade.
going to the 8th, so you'll stay at O'Malley for one more year.
Yeah.
Are you nervous about going to 8th grade?
A little, but I've gotten into the swing of things at O'Malley, so
Saying you're comfortable there, you got friends.
yeah.
Are you nervous about 9th,
No,
Vivian?
no, not really. Not as
No.
much as I thought it would be.
Okay, good, good. I want to ask you the teacher question. Is there a teacher, Matilda, that you would like to single out for having a good influence on you?
My 2nd grade teacher, Miss Kenny, I was her last class that she had before she retired, and she was just such a positive person in my life. Even if I only really knew her for a year, I still see her sometimes at like events, at like little school board events, and so it's always nice to see her, and she was such a positive influence on me and my writing.
Boy, that's wonderful to hear. So that's still a very strong memory from way back in 2nd grade.
Yeah.
Vivian, is there a teacher that you would like to mention?
No, I think I really struck gold with all my ELA teachers in general.
In general?
Yeah.
So we'll give a hand of applause to the whole bunch.
Yeah. The whole
Okay,
bunch.
O'Malley faculty. Good. Now I want to ask you the reading questions and the media questions too, because I know if you're writing poetry, you're reading something regularly. Vivian, could you tell me what you read when you read?
I think my favorite genres are nonfiction and science fiction.
Science fiction. Who do you like?
Currently, I'm reading Scythe. It's a dystopian world placing in the future where humanity has overcome death, and there are these scythes that have to basically be the reapers.
That's a fancy word, dystopian. What does dystopian mean?
It's a seemingly well, I get the exact same definition, but it's like a world that seems good but is bad.
That's a good definition. It's a good definition. A bad society, and it's very understandable these days. Matilda, what do you read?
I like to read a lot of realistic fiction, like the Harry Potter books or the Percy Jackson series. I read a lot of books like those.
Did you read the whole Harry Potter series?
Yes, I did.
That's a lot of words.
I liked.
They're each about 400 pages, aren't they?
Yeah. I remember reading them. I remember I'd read the first two, and then I decided to read the rest of them, and it took me about 2 weeks.
Wow. Speed reading Harry
Yeah.
Potter. That's a good goal. Now, I want to go to the media. Now, as I said with the elementary students, I know that everybody watches the Writer's Block on Channel 6. But besides the Writer's Block, what do you watch if you're watching the tube or streaming or going to the theater? Matilda, go with you.
I like to watch a lot of, as a family, I like to watch, different, like the show Murder, She Wrote, or, different murder mysteries, and especially, family, I think they're called family sitcoms from, 90s, 80s era.
So
They're fun to watch.
you like the old stuff?
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote. That's
Yeah.
like 30, 40 years old?
I love Murder, She Wrote.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I see it. I don't watch it. I'll have to give it a chance.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I watched it when it came out. Vivian, what do you watch when you watch the tube or you stream online?
We recently started watching A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
The what murder?
A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's based off the book series.
Oh. And where is that available? Is that on a network or is it
Netflix, I want to say.
Netflix? Netflix?
We'll go with Netflix. I think it's on Netflix.
I'm curious. I didn't ask this for the other students, but do you ever go to the theater outside?
Occasionally, yeah.
Okay, once in a while? Do you? Once in a while?
Yeah, we like to watch. We like to watch at Gloucester Theater.
You mean right down here on Essex Street? Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the new Alien there. I'm kind of an addict of the Alien series because it's the only series, one of the reasons, it's the only series where the protagonist in every single one is a woman. And the enemy's a woman too. It's real all female series kind of. But I'm getting a little off topic there. But thank you for being with us and thank you for sharing the poem, Vivian and Matilda. Now I'm going to ask Vivian and Matilda to change places with Freya and Phoebe. So would you go back to your seats and then Phoebe and Freya come up. Now pull up close to the mic. Phoebe is the high school honorable mention that we have here. And I want to emphasize, as I said before, the honorable mention is really an honor because the competition is so difficult. And Phoebe is representing all by herself the high school because none of the other high school people could make it. And Freya is also an honorable mention from the elementary category, and we're going to ask them both to share their poems. Would you go first, Freya, and read your poem, Angry Guardians?
There's a big guard and a little one right before. They both catch their eye on me, so I run and run until I can't breathe anymore. They walk and walk all around, but then they find me. I shake with fear. They rumble and grumble, not even a tear. I cry and cry out for help, but no one can hear. Maybe I'll find a safe place to stay, where I don't shake with fear. But then something happens. Someone comes to save me with a key, and I finally get free. I run to my home and give my parents a big hug. They are so happy that I'm back.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Freya. Where do you go to school?
Beeman.
Where?
Beeman.
And where did you get the idea for that poem?
I don't know.
Just came?
Yeah,
Huh?
I just thought of it.
That's the best. That's the best. Good. Thank you for sharing that. Phoebe, I'd like you to read your poem, What Redemption Feels Like.
Of course. I have grown weary of the shriek of cicadas, for they are a warning sign of a day most bountiful ahead. As I step outside to follow the sound, drops of sunlight sear my cheeks. I could cry, as the bags under my eyes lift ever so slightly. I lap up the sun like a stray dog still chained to a leash, and the cicadas cry for me again. I glance their way, drinking in their attention, but I cannot respond.
Thank you very much. You were at the high school.
Yes.
What year are you, Phoebe?
I'm going into my junior year.
Junior year. How did you get the idea for this poem?
It's kind of hard to say. It kind of just came to me. It's like something that's kind of personal to me. I guess like just kind of that feeling of getting outside after you haven't for a really long time, and just kind of feeling that sun and being like, oh wow, you know, it's gonna be okay. Yeah.
So it was stored up and then bang, lightning?
Yeah, kind of just late at night. I was just like, yeah.
So you and Freya got to have the same kind of creative pattern there.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. Oh, I want to ask about teachers. Freya, can you think of a teacher you have that you really liked?
I think it was my first grade teacher.
Who?
My first grade teacher, Miss Sanfilippo.
Okay, let's hear it for that teacher. And Phoebe, can you mention a teacher?
I've had a lot of really great teachers in my time here, but I guess my freshman year English teacher, who's also going to be my AP Lang teacher this year, Miss Trigilio, she's really great, so yeah. Her probably.
What was the last one?
Miss Trigilio is her name.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's give it a cheer for that. Now, for reading, this is a tough question. What do you like to read, Freya?
Yeah, kind of.
What kind of stuff do you like to read? What's fun?
I don't know.
Anything? You like everything?
I just kind of like to read like comic books and
Yeah?
I just like to read comic
Yeah,
books.
because they're clear. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. And Phoebe, what do you like to read?
I've been trying to get back into reading lately. I like anything horror, anything that spurs on a very strong emotional reaction. It kind of keeps me engaged. I've been trying to read some Stephen King lately, so yeah.
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 The last question in my list here is about the media, and I want to find out if you ever watch screens, TV or computers or theaters. Do you like to watch TV ever, Freya?
Well, whenever I watch TV, it's because my sister always tells me to, because it's always her idea for when she wants to watch TV.
Good. What about you, Phoebe?
That's a long list. I have a lot of shows that I like. I really like Stranger Things.
Like what?
I like Stranger Things a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like 911, which is a show about like firefighters and paramedics and stuff. I like Abbott Elementary. There's so many shows that I like. I watch everything that I see. So yes.
So on TV or on streaming or?
Whatever. I watch streaming. I also watch shows that air weekly. I just kind of watch what looks interesting to me, which is a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Do you or your family subscribe to a lot of the like Disney and Hulu and?
Yes,
Yeah?
we definitely
Did
do.
all of them?
Not all of them, but a significant amount of them. And the ones that we don't have, I will find alternative ways to watch things.
Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good. We are almost out of time. We have a little less than 3 minutes. So I want to ask you to just stay there while I close down, because I've got a couple remarks for the TV audience. I got to remember what camera I'm speaking to. I want to thank all of the audience for being here, the family, supporting their children, because they are writers and good poets. I appreciate all of you being here. And I want to thank our TV audience as well for being with the Writer's Block for the kickoff show that is beginning the 35th season. Read the Gloucester Times. You'll see some articles about it over the next year, the fall and spring year or season for the Writer's Block. So thanks for being with us, and I hope to see you again next time on the Writer's Block. Good night.